So this individual with a unusually deep voice is apparently Indie Remy, or this is the page that I found this clip on. But yeah, sis right here is about to start making some rather salient points when it comes to how the I guess the status of quote unquote black America finds itself in a position that it's in. Let's go.
I know I'm gonna lose a lot of women with this one, but black women are partially responsible for the rapid growth of homosexuality in black men, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay, so partially, right? Like, first and foremost, like she's like, oh, partially, it's a step. It's a step, and I shouldn't criticize the step. So good on her for admitting this. But seriously, isn't there something weird about her voice? Black men, black women. I don't know. There's something really strange about her voice, but I'm checking for Adam's apple. All right, let's go.
Thing that society has figured out is that if you want something to become trendy, anything to become trendy, you have to get the black woman on board.
Okay, so, this was figured out back in the 60s. What they did was, feminism was like, hey, black woman, you know how bad your man treats you? Hey, and started really pushing that narrative that, like, oh, yeah, the black man was also bad. Oprah with her Mike Tyson interview. And as far as, here's the deal. The black women were the most malleable to it. Like the descendant black women, and we're not talking about any other country, we're talking about America here. Descendant black women were the most easy to manipulate in that manner because of how it'd been during the time of slavery. Trust me, there's so many, and it wasn't just the women either. It was a lot of the men too. They actually had grown accustomed to their roles after so long, right? It's a big part of the reason why Kanye got into the trouble that he did, because slavery is a choice. Like, they chose to live in that type of structured environment. So it was, but not to go to that, but when she sits here and says, that they, because now I'm thinking about now I've taken it back to the slavery thing, but where she goes into, how they know to use the black woman to propagate their message. Yeah, this has been a thing for the longest time. That's why, slaves were allowed to marry back in the day, because, you want the black male to do something. Yeah, let him have kids with the black woman, because he'll do whatever. He'll be he gonna work harder for his family. Right? I mean, that's what it was about to an extent. So yeah, as far as using them, as far as using them, it's not that y'all also popping. It's just that you're loud. You're loud, boisterous, ratchet as hell. Like, oh my God, yes, queen. Stay with your tongues out and all this other stuff. Really out of shape, in many cases. And so it's not a matter of, it's not a matter of, you are just naturally such a way. You've been manipulated to be that way,
Because what she'll do is she'll campaign and give free advertisement and market that shit like no other. So as black people, you already know our buying power. So what America did was, if we can get more black women to buy into homosexuality, to find it socially acceptable, then the battle was really already won.
And here's we go, because like I said, this was feminism really just wreaking havoc in the 60s and the 70s and the like, which has made way for what's transpired here with the push for single mothers, girl, you don't need no man, about that whole scene that really just did them in, because they became overconfident and not reliant upon their own terrible choices. And so they knew that by unleashing the black woman, that they could get they could get the prisons filled with their children, and have her, and having her, as in these positions of power. Like I say, I'm from a township that had a black woman mayor, and back in the 80s. So as far as what's allowed to transpire, like, by all means, by far the most malleable. Like, yeah, bro, yeah. Oh, you have a good idea, sir? All right, great. I'll rock with it. I'll take your good idea, sir. Thank you.
This tank situation isn't anything new. There's a lot of men out here these days who think and act just like him.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, there are, because they are from these areas where, anything goes. You can't do any wrong. There was no discipline in the house. I don't know. I can't speak to Tank's, upbringing and his situation at all. But either ways, like, nah, man. Like, when you have a strong father in the home, it don't fly like that. It really don't. Particularly if you are the offspring of that man, as opposed to it being a stepdaddy or something like that. But that feminism, the welfare state came through, knocked Black America on its ass, and it keeps beating on it to this very moment. Because what they decided to do was the state was going to replace the fathers, mothers can have at it, and here you go with all these little boys not really having a true link to their, not just their history, but their masculinity and what within their father, and no real way to learn how to harness it and push it, use it towards in a productive manner. So what do they do? You know what? Heck yeah, suck a dick. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, like, nah.
Or even, matter of fact, just think just like him, period. But the thing is that you see how women eat that type of shit up. Women motivated that shit. You think for 1 minute if he was on a panel with black men, that he would have said some shit like that? He said that with a group of women.
Of course he did, because everybody there likes to imbibe penis, and there's nothing wrong with that. But as soon as you do, male or female, shoot, man, you gotta go nuts.
Women eat that kind of shit up all goddamn day long. They like femininity in men. That's why they on social media telling you, like, pull your heart out, pull your soul out, and it's okay to get in tune with your feminine side. Like,
hell no, she don't want to hear that shit.
Let's just look up the definition of emasculate for a minute. To deprive a man or a male of his role or identity. They say hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. See, fellas, that's why it's very important you pay attention to who you procreate with.
Yeah, real true, but you ain't the one, like, see, she don't get it. None of them do. You're not the one to sit here and say it. Just go make sure you find yourself a good dude and do what you can. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it. There's a lot of jump cuts in this as well. I want to take every video, 700 and some change videos, all one shot, killing them.
Because what these women are doing in these relationships, or coming out of these relationships, they're finding your son's masculinity a threat to her femininity. It's now a threat to the movement.
Yeah, that's the thing. Femininity by its nature is vulnerable. It is weak. It is nurturing and kind and sweet, and all the other things that were dumped into the sugar and spice and made the Powerpuff Girls, okay? That's what femininity is, alright? Whereas in masculinity is strong. It is dominance. It is aggression. It is the strongest shall, rise amongst us. That's how it's supposed to work. That's how it's supposed to be. And what we've done since the 60s, when I was having in America, is sat here and said, oh no, it's the same thing. Particularly during Bill Clinton's time. Like, Bill Clinton, man, whew. Like, I like the dude, but I can't help but think he might be a little evil, okay? like in their in Arkansas capital, there is a Pan-African goat god just sitting there, and I'm like, whoa, word? Like, y'all want to sit there and tear down Confederate statues? That's the statue I want torn down. Like, bro, like, really? Pan-African goat god? Nah, bro. Nah, fam. But hey, it is what it is. But she's like, whereas she's acting enlightened and, oh my goodness, fellas, you gotta be careful who you procreate with. Well, yeah. She don't know that you can't tell a young man, 15, 16, who just, got started catching his bonus, where to stick that damn thing. As men, we know it's an impossible task, okay? You really, like, bruh, it's gonna get weird, man. It's gonna get weird. Remember, American Pie was a hit. Why? Because she was like, oh, word, like that?
That's not what society wants. Society wants to see more black men out here these days that with more femininity, less control, less...
Well, that's the thing. All the masculine ones got tossed in jail. Real niggas go to prison. And that's where they're effeminized as well. I mean, all the institutions are geared towards the feminine, towards the female. So, from the schools to and how they teach and what they teach to the prisons, like, yeah, man, gonna take that booty hole. You know what I'm saying? And that was their game plan during the 80s and the 90s. And now we're in the aughts. They ran out of, to a large extent, as we see everyone sit here and say, hey, that crime bill was nonsense. We knew that going in, to be 100% real with you. But now we're at the point where you got the single mother situation just going completely nuts off the rail, and you got these young boys walking around here glittered up and wearing heels and all these other things, and it's just like, bruh. And I've literally dated a young girl with a real young son who she would let run around in high heels, and I'd be like, yeah, you should really nah, don't do that. But I'm not the kid's father, so I'm just like, you know what? I ain't getting you pregnant.
Dominance and being more submissive. And I know a lot of people are going to challenge my thoughts. But fortunately for you, I love a healthy debate, so
I'm going to make a response video saying, like, yeah, you're on the right track, but at the same time, you're not one to tell black men what to do, because I'm sorry, ladies, you can't lead us. Y'all been trying for the results of everything that you're complaining about, all these homosexual little boys and men, and the track in NCAA women's track athlete being this gigantic black dude, track champion being a gigantic black dude. There is no way, there's just no way that y'all can't lead. Yeah, it's just find a penis, enjoy that penis. And enjoy raising some kids if you can. I don't know this lady from a can of paint. I don't even know if it's the lady whose whose page I pulled this from. But oh wow, I'm just noticing where I left it. That's kind of mean of me. There you go. That's better, because she's not terribly unattractive. Just a little worn, I'm sorry, it doesn't seem all that fresh. It doesn't seem all that vibrant. I mean, she's speaking some real stuff, and I appreciate it. But as far as the 35%er scale, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I mean, 25%. Boom. Okay, 25%. I think we could do a 25%. It really is a matter of angles. But with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you liked it, toss it a like. Dislike, go ahead, do that too. Nobody's scared of you. Sub. If you enjoy my fantastic voice and want to give videos like this every single day, share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and BitChute and like are the biggest fans of your boy over here. Press the bell, bang on that bell for notifications, because hey, that's the only way we get to keep up, right? And speak. Let me know, what do you think in the comments? It's not a woman's place to lead. It's not a woman's place to really teach. Timothy 2:12, right? I mean, if you're of the biblical sense. If you're not of the biblical sense, I mean, seriously, take think about every conversation you've ever had with a chick, and then really be like, how much logic, and take the logic versus the emotion involved. And she put a ton of chick logic into this, but still chick logic. So it wasn't fully where, it could be to a point where, hey, something productive can actually be done, So I don't know, but that's what I have a comment section for. You guys let me know what you think in there. Until the next one.